There's an old expression, measure twice because you can only cut once. So when I look at this preoperative film, again I'm looking at pulpal chamber calcification, and I'm looking with a particular eye to how the buccal canal's entry angle comes into the pulp chamber. We always expect 4 canals in a maxillary first molar, don't we? Well, we start to insert a tin file into this partially vital case. Notice the handle is off axis. We can use the X gates to remove triangles of dentin by brushing up and out of the canal. Sometimes during access, we'll have to smooth off areas where restoratives once resided. We can flush the field and get back into the endodontic game. Oftentimes, the tapered diamond is used to extend the mesial axial wall, mesial at the expense of the mesial marginal ridge. By changing the outline pattern, it'll give us a better opportunity to find the MB2 and to deliver all subsequent treatment steps. I like to cut dry, but this generates debris, so we're constantly irrigating and flushing out to improve our visibility. By irrigating and flowing debris out of the tooth, we also prevent it from getting compacted and potentially moved apically. The common error in negotiating MB2s is colleagues try to get to length immediately. I have found over the years that it's better to work in the coronal 1/3 and restrict a series of instruments to this level. By enlarging and flaring the upper 1/3 of the canal, we'll find out that the middle 1/3 and the apical 1/3 are typically more open and available for files to easily pass through. Notice how the handles in the MB2 are already standing up straight and tall. So this confirms we have great coronal and radicular access. By working the 10, the 15, 20, 25, and 30, we have now made sufficient room to accommodate a more efficient rotary cutting tool. In this instance, the X gates is placed into the space that was just made with the hand files, and again we can do more pre-flaring, and we can restrict this instrument so no more than 1 head depth of the cutting active portion extends below the orifice. Again, flushing is important to liberate debris. By pre-enlarging canals, the breakthrough clinically is to notice how easily the instruments will fall into the canals and move towards length. We can do one more pass with the X gates just to refine that MB2 and that MB1 just a little bit more and set the stage for subsequent shaping procedures. Notice how the instruments move to length almost immediately and are standing up straight and tall. This confirms both coronal and radicular access. The postoperative film is another way to look at our work, and from this frame of reference we can notice in the pulp chamber our axial walls are smooth and flat yet again. Well, let's review quickly how we find MB2s in maxillary first molars. It all starts by carefully evaluating preoperative radiographs. A mesial angle is useful. Notice the handle position in the MB1. It's off axis. This means we might have great coronal access, but radicular access is deficient. We can remove triangles of dentin with a number of tools. In this instance, I'm showing the X gates spinning at low RPMs, about 500 to 750. We oftentimes have to come back with a surgical length tapered diamond to refine our access once we have uncovered anatomically the position of the MB2 on the pulpal floor. Pre-enlarging the MB2 is one of the great secrets for successfully negotiating this system to length. When we have great coronal and radicular access, you notice that we can confirm straight line access when the handles of the small sized files stand up straight and tall.